Hello, everybody, and welcome
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna interrupt you because they can't see you.
lovely start.
That is a great start. Sorry. No, anyway, go ahead, Julian. Just go ahead while I fix you.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Saturday Split. We are here at Silver Split finale, 1 hour of Silverstone, round 5 of the beautiful Series 4 championship of ACCSS. I'm Julian Strasser, and with me today, who is currently still fixing me,
Yeah,
is Lars Kastrup. Hello,
guys.
Lars. How you doing?
I was doing excellent until I broke until I broke the graphics. It's very difficult to show you when I can't find your face.
Well, my face should be on,
It
for
should
you at
be,
least.
but it just isn't.
Well,
Which is a shame
anyways.
because you're a very attractive man, and you deserve to be shown.
Oh, thank you very much.
Ah, love you too, buddy. In any
And
case, we're gonna get a 1 hour race of Silverstone today. Julian. He disappeared again, didn't he? Okay, nope, the microphone is still working. I thought I had dropped the connection. We're having a great day here, as you can hear. The tech is
nope.
breaking. Julian's disappearing twice today, actually. But we have a 60-minute race of Silverstone today. Just one race, double points. That is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day to do that, to have a race around Silverstone. I believe it is all sunny, which is
Surprising.
surprising to say that we're in the UK.
Yeah, I was about to make some kind of rain joke, but what's the point of that if it's not raining? Okay, I don't know, I can show you. I'm gonna do a cheat thing here. And I'm gonna show the viewers what I'm trying to fix. I can't do that. You know what? Sorry, Julian. Your attractive face is gonna miss. I'm so sorry. I don't know how I broke. There, did it again. Sorry. Yeah. Oh my god. We're having a great Saturday here. We can't do anything. So I'm just gonna go on and show some championship standings.
Yes, because we'll be talking about those right now.
Yeah, just about now. Yeah.
If we're going to look on tier 3, we have a pretty exciting battle there for the top, for the championship between Brandon McVeigh, because that's how I pronounce it. I'm sorry for butchering it last week.
Yeah.
And Ollie Henley, our British boy here
Yeah.
on his home front.
Our British internet boy, apparently, who has won 4 races, disconnected from 4, if I'm not wrong.
I was just a bit surprised because I see my face on stream.
Yeah, I just fixed it.
Lovely.
He's so happy.
Great.
But yeah, that is a battle we have to look at, and it's not the only battle because we gotta look at tier 4 as well, where 3 people actually have a shot at winning.
Well, it's quite the difference between P1 and P2 and P3, but
Ah,
Jack Harvey is looking challenged today still by Fabian Poigny and Fabio Sicanzi.
indeed. And it is a 60-minute race, so it's double points after all. Double points, double the fun, right? So that's by no means over just because Jack is leading by 17 points.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. The difference, what is it? It's 25 points for a win, isn't it?
Yeah, and there'll be a lot of points for. Actually, we can check that. We have a
Oh,
scoring
it's
table.
it's
20
20
points,
points
20
for
for
P1.
winning, so it's 40 today.
So let's do some quick calculations. It's 17 points that he's ahead.
Yep.
17, 23, 22,
He just had
11.
like 5 positions.
Jack Harvey needs to finish fourth or better in order to win this championship automatically.
Mark that down, people. Mark that down. Which I'm just gonna go back to tier 3 actually, because that is less than a position. It's basically McVeigh or Henley. Who finishes best, he wins.
That is pretty much it for the tier 3. And my bets are just going right now. I'm saying it to Ollie Henley because he's on his home track and he better show it
Oh,
tonight
he better
that he's
show
on
it.
his home.
Yeah. I'm obviously going for McVeigh because, well, the internet's gonna break at some point. I mean, he has missed half the races. Half! I mean, if my internet was that unstable, I mean, I don't know where I'm going with that. But if I could trade my internet stability for Henley's speed, I would.
Well, he's won half the races, but the other, yeah, he's disconnected half the races, but the other half he's won.
Yeah.
So if his internet doesn't break, rooting on him for that today, then we're sure to have a winner.
Definitely, yeah. Unless someone else shows up. Paul Cramp, Dan Terry, Brian Dell, all fast drivers.
All fast drivers, but they need some kind of miracle to happen tonight.
Yeah,
McVeigh and Handley crashing each other out
yeah,
in
I mean,
T1, for example.
I don't think they're championship contenders, but they could be race winners.
They could definitely be race winners. I've seen Dan Terry be very strong on this track, as it's been also been mentioned in the chat. So he's one to look out for today, definitely.
Indeed, he is. Now we see we're missing Subject Chatterjee. He has, I don't know why he's left actually, but he has.
He's still not in.
No, I mean he's
Surprising.
actually signed off from the championship for whatever reason.
Oh.
Anyway, anyone in the chat? No, sorry. And people in the chat, are there anyone you want to see tonight? There we go. Now that we do have the list up, all these amazing names.
Well,
Like, go ahead.
in the meantime, I'll mention one name, which is my favorite name in the whole championship, Tonderaim Pambawashe,
Ah, yeah,
because he's also on his home track. He lives in the UK,
he does.
even though his name doesn't sound like it. And, well, he is currently looking very good in the practice session, from what I can see.
Ah, yes. Actually, let's turn something off here so we can go look at ACC instead. Now that I got this amazing gamer camera going. Sorry. 4 minutes ago, Ollie Henley leading the free practice ahead of Nathan Wells and Mihai Hoinarescu, of all people. This
Our
is
fellow commentator doing well,
indeed he
apparently.
is. Yes. Let's see if we can get the whole grid up here. 20. No, it's more than 24 guys. I just need to show it to you. And rather modest. 39 drivers. Actually, let me put it up on the full screen here so everyone can actually see what's happening. There we go. As I said, it is Ollie Henley leading in front of Wells. Not the Ferrari invasion we've seen in the previous events. And why is that?
Well, the Ferrari is a good all-round car. You cannot argue with that. But Silverstone is, well, Silverstone is a pretty well-rounded track, but it's better suitable for cars that have a better downforce. For example, the McLaren,
Indeed.
which you can see by Mihai Hoinarescu and Andrew Hearn being
Yeah.
that high up. So we're not going to see too much of the Ferrari except for Ollie Henley tonight, probably.
Maybe Nathan Burns would PS P15, but I mean, it's all pretty close to be honest. 1:59.5, and then.
But I'll
But
have to be quite frank here. If Nathan Burnswood is not on top of the AM standings after qualifying, then it's a disappointing day for him.
then it's probably gonna be a disappointing day. We're just looking here at the tier 4 standings currently. Kobe, Sikansi, Poigny. I mean, Harvey probably has quite a lot of advantage here, actually.
I mean, it is his home track after all.
It
He's
is.
bound to do something right on here. And the Lexus is a pretty good car altogether. So we're not going to see too much screw ups around here.
Too late, you already said it. Okay, here comes an interesting stat for you. Poigny has the fastest second sector, despite being 1.4 seconds slower on the track.
Yeah, that is well.
That's statistics, man.
That is the more technical of the three sectors. Let's say that much, and that shows the strength of the Ferrari that it can have in the more technical sectors.
Someone is saying that Chris Meadows will be the fastest until he gets murdered. I think that's a very bold claim, but why not? Now let's go look at the butt end of the grid. We have some. How do we pronounce it again? Verchance?
Fernandes.
Fernandes, along with his erstwhile competitors, Scholtens, Rayner, and Strum.
It is positively surprising seeing Fernandes with a 202 because he has been on record saying that his times are about a 205.
Yeah, 202 is faster than 205. That much the math tells us. And we're not cursing Chris, we're merely talking him down for his own good. Right?
You can't have too high expectations of yourself, otherwise you're going to bin it automatically.
Right. Okay, here we go. Here's a good one. Jack Harvey, fastest overall. That is the fastest lap in free practice.
Yeah, and well done tying that fastest third sector with Nathan Wells there.
Yeah. On the 1,000. So that means we're just about ready for qualifying. Once a couple of guys come in. I can't hit the buttons here. There we go. I'm bored here with Paul Krampf because, well, we aren't anymore because he just went off road. Now, this is an aero track, as you say. So, why the heck is the Bentley the way it is? Why didn't they build an aero car for GT3?
Funnily enough, the Bentley's Aero is among the best, if not the best, of the GT3 cars. I know you wouldn't believe it by looking at it,
I
but
don't.
it is true. The engine had to be tuned down so heavily in order to meet the specs, which is simply because of the Aero being so well.
Yeah, I'm not believing that, but okay.
There is a good post by, I believe, by Eris, who wrote a whole article about Aero in the game and about Bentley being so efficient in it. I would, if I knew where it is, link it, but you're gonna
But
have to look for it
yeah,
yourself.
we will. Oh, hang on. I just need to turn on sound, and then we'll go look at some cars. I guess. There we go.
Hmm.
We'll
Jack
just
Harvey
find.
is the first out of the box.
I'm glad you say that because that saved me some effort.
Green light. Go, go, go.
I just need to find Jack Harvey, and we can look at him, talk about him. Has he been some kind of revelation this season, or are we just, I don't know, surprised by him for whatever reason?
I wouldn't say it's surprising. He is in a very good car, and it's probably just some tracks that suit him better than in different seasons.
And he just sunk through the floor. But his key seems to be fine despite, sinking through the floor. But yeah, I mean, he is in the Lexus, and which for whatever reason is a really great car.
Well, front engine cars generally are very good in this game. Is and for beginners, it's easier to learn them. In my opinion, at least, I grew up with the Bentley because I started driving it and I immediately liked it so much. So
Yeah,
the
but there's
Lexus
that.
being just a bit more optimized version of the Bentley, of the AMG, right now at least.
Yeah, if only Toyota would allow, what's called custom liveries for it, then I would probably like it as well.
Well, you could whine on very high levels. Anyways, we're seeing Jack
Yeah,
Harvey
I'm
coming.
gonna we're gonna go on board with him, and you can talk us through a lap.
All right, we're starting on the National Pit Straight, going into Cops T1, a very fast right-hander. Now we go on full far onto the right side and cutting in on the left into Maggots, cutting across the grass almost there into Beckett's. And looking very nice there, taking as much of the track as possible. Onto into Stone now, which is a very long-winded right-hander, which I personally really don't like.
Yeah,
Now
it
we
does
come,
require a bit of aiming, so to say.
now we're coming into the club section. A fast chicane around here. Pretty well taken, a bit loose on the back end. Full on the acceleration through this right-hander and through club corner. And now we're on the Formula One straight. A right-hander for which you only lift here. Farm curve, I believe. And now we come into the stadium section. Second gear through that corner, and now the left-hander with first gear.
And now you step on it.
Now just step on it, cut the inside line here.
Take a lot of the outside too, actually.
That is what you should do, best line. And now you have the
Maybe a
brake
bit too
mark on the
much there,
right
but
hand. Cut the inside. That was a bit too much cut on the inside for my
we'll see
take.
if it's a legit lap. But I mean, that's quite the cutting.
Anyways, take the left field in a V
And across the
and
line.
cross the line for a valid lap.
That
A
is,
2 flat, which is
it's
a good start.
yeah.
A
I
very
mean,
good start, actually.
he can do better, I know, but still pretty good. As we see, Sakansi coming in 6/10 slower in the Audi, which it isn't really an Audi track, but I mean, that's how life is. But Heiner Rescue showing that for whatever reason, this is apparently his favorite track.
This is his favorite track and his car's favorite track.
White.
But it's a beautiful banker lap that is definitely going to get him some good places. Would even get him some good places in the pro
Yeah,
section.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that a 59.8 is a banker lap. That's just a good lap. But he's about to pick up a lot more now that he actually has some drafting going on here.
Professional drafting and professional racing here in the qualifying section.
Or
Oh,
no. Oh, that's some Ferrari action there.
yeah, that's why you
That
shouldn't
and
race each
it did
other.
cost him some time apparently.
It costs both of them some time needlessly. You shouldn't race each other in qualifying. That's what's always been said. And now they've learned it the hard way.
White. We are gonna go with Burnswood now, actually, because he might actually be on his way to take the fastest time so far.
Yeah, the track is still fast and it's 32 degrees, by the way, for your information at home. So we're having a pretty good track standard as Nathan Burnswood is almost a second up on his time right now, losing a bit through the corner before Luffield. Going through Luffield, losing more, unfortunately for him. Still up on his time, but not as much as he used to be.
But still, it's an improvement.
Comes across with a 2 flat.
And, we're gonna go with Tonderachi in another Lexus, because he's on a good one too. As we just see someone disappear in the background.
The Turbo Tondi's been up on his time too. Now let's see how he can cross Luffields, taking a wide line there to put the V section. And it looks like he's 3/10 up on his time, looking like a 2 flat this one as well.
Yeah, that is provisional P2. But I can tell you it will not last, because right behind him we have the British Norwegian David Cox, who's also up half a second. Amongst other people who are doing pretty well, actually.
He didn't lose so much time through Luffield as the other people did. This is looking like a sub 2 minutes.
It is 59.94, and immediately after that we're going on with Jack Harvey, who immediately loses time, but I digress. Nope, he just parks, which means we are going on with Fabio Scanzi, who is yet to find a sub 2 minute lap.
And, well, he lost it kind of out of the infield section a bit. Which means he's not going to find a sub 2 minute this lap around, but he's still going to improve if he can keep it through these last few corners right here. Gains a bit of time here and into Luffield. Keeps his time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good.
This could be a 2 flat or just above that.
2 flat. And just behind him, Pointer Rescue, who is about to set a blinder, I think.
A 59.1. That is a very good time for Silver Split already.
That's a gold split lap.
That is a gold split. I can tell you, I'm driving in gold split and I cannot do such times around here.
But you're in a Bentley, so, I mean, there's that.
Well, David Cox is on a 59.9 currently with a Bentley.
Well, maybe he should be in the gold split.
Maybe he should. Anyways.
Hello, Vidok Dick, I think.
Seeing some beautiful times being driven. Only 2 sub 2 minutes so far only.
Yeah,
well, only we're on the Silver Split.
Yeah, but I mean, I did expect a bit more. I mean, Accelerated Moral just said one that we didn't see, but ain't bad.
We have many 2 minute flats, so the people are fighting to get these sub 2 minutes.
Let's go on here with Eric Hodge. Just because he's in an AMG and I love that car.
The AMG is another one of those great front-engine cars that the game has to offer. You cannot argue with that.
I will not.
And I like the color scheme of this. It's black and yellow. That's what was the song? Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah, by Wiz Khalifa. Yeah.
Uh-huh. You know what it is? Lovely.
You know what it is? Yeah. Whatever. Let's go look at a car that's not black and yellow. It is... It is black and yellow. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, that's more Bumblebee colored, I would say.
Jesper Eriksson, who's up 6/10.
The black and yellows are looking well.
Apparently they are. But we'll go to him in a moment, because Tonderachi is back on the track. And I think his lap is actually, is that an out lap? It's an actual lap, right?
It is an lap. He looking well through the club section there now on the back pit straight.
Which usually is the front pit straight, but reasons.
It's not usually for me because I don't follow Formula One, and there may be other people with refined tastes like that in here who watch GT3 more. And that's a bit loose on the back end there of Tonderai Pamboashe, but he manages to keep it. And manages to keep the time a bit. Even onto the straight here.
We're gonna look at Jack Harvey in a moment because he's on a good lap too, actually.
But Tonderai and Pamboashe could be up here for his sub 2 minute time. He only needs to improve by 21 hundredths of a second.
Will he or won't he?
He's very close, tying his time currently, and he just sets it by 3,000.
Sneaks in.
But
now it's gonna get blasted away.
Jack Harvey. Let's quickly go over to Jack Harvey because he's almost a second up on his time. And he sets a 59.3, putting him in second position.
So it's Hoyner Rescue and Harvey and the rest.
Hoyner Rescue and Harvey versus the rest. They are setting the times that the other people cannot right now at the moment. And the track has already gone to optimum like a few minutes ago. So people are already putting in the best lap times right now.
Right, 2 Audis in a row. Fabio Zacanzi right behind Eric Strom. Obviously, Zacanzi, and he has a championship to race for.
He does have a championship to race for, you are correct.
As we see Eric Strom dug out for some reason. That is not Eric Strom, because Strom is behind him. Yeah, I'm having a great day, as you can hear.
Person behind is number 888, that's Thorsten Jatke, looking to get a bit of a draft because he's not been having the best of times around Silverstone.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
But Zacanzi putting himself into P3 now with a 1:59.9.
So 5 people under 2 minutes.
Top 5 are now under 2 minutes, that is correct. And it's looking well for this. It's already 5 people that are quicker around here than me.
Oh, don't worry, they're all quicker than me.
Oh, as Turbo Tondi sets a new P3 time now with a 59.88. Beautiful.
Indeed it is. We're just on here with Jonas Nergård, who might actually sneak into the top 10. Possibly.
Jonas Nergård. Yeah, he's not been having the best of times until now, but he's coming now into the love field section of the track, losing a bit of time.
And not the most beautiful turn.
Sliding a bit through love fields and losing 2/10. But let's see how he can come across the line. Well, improving by 1 position, that's an improvement.
And we're just going to look at our last AM guy, Eric Strom. Who would probably like to not be last in class, but... well, it's not really his choice, is it? He just has to go faster. Who is actually Fabian Poiniers in a lap, coming to think of it. Is that, yeah, that has to be legal, actually. Let's see.
That is looking like a good lap, yeah, and he's 6/10 up on his time. Looking like he's putting in a 59.5 or around there in.
But, no, he is not the last guy. Jack Harvey is still on track, actually. We'll
Oh,
get to him in a second.
first, let's see how Fabian Puni, how much he can improve. And into P3 he goes. Now quickly over to Jack Harvey,
And we
who
are.
looking like he's on par with his best time so far.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he improves by half a tenth thereabout. Not putting him into P1, but it's an improvement nonetheless.
It's an improvement. Okay, who is the first guy on track we should look at?
That's Dan Terry.
Oh no. Let's go find Dan Terry. But to summarize, we have 5 disqualifications. I don't know why. I think there are penalties that need to be
That is penalty related, yes.
okay.
Michael Lücke, Florian Goldenitz, Tom Tweedy, Mike Doherty, and Stefan Bunetix are not allowed to enter the qualifying session, as an information for everyone at home. Now let's take a look at what Dan Terry can do around here. He is one of the, well, I do not want to say one of the hopes we want to see today, but I know that he has been coming into the 58s. He's able to set some very good times around here.
I mean, his car does look. His setup looks a bit wrong, actually, doesn't it? Like the car is a bit higher than it has to be.
How can you see that?
I got good eyes and a 4K monitor.
Ah. Well, if you're able to see that, hats off to you. I only see that he's taking club quite nicely here. Accelerating out onto the back pit straight. A slight lift now into the right-hander. This is looking like it could be a nice banker lap.
Indeed, he does have some time at least to do a proper lap. Not that this isn't proper, but you know, you get it.
We'll see how proper it is exactly. After this straight and then 3 more corners only.
But what 3 corners?
What 3 corners? So many people are losing time around here, around left field. Let's see how Dan Terry is keeping it tight around left field. They're coming onto the straight, around the last corner.
Then
In P4, immediately 59.7. That is a very nice banker lap, putting him above almost all of the AM drivers.
pretty much, yeah. Now we need some numbers, don't we? Number 111. Yeah, there we go. Ollie Henley out on his banker lap, so to say.
Out on his banker lap, and this is going to be an important one because this is for the championship. So let's see where he slots in. P1
Bang!
immediately.
Did I say banker lap? I said banker lap, but I didn't mean that.
This was an immediate 58.998. Ollie Henley is looking right at home around Silverstone in his Ferrari tonight.
And we need to see if McVeigh can actually respond to that. Because, well, shit just got real. To put it mildly. 158.998.
And that on his first outlap, and he's already up on that, which is
also
lovely.
Andy Ford coming in with a 159.2. We'll get to him in a moment. Or in a minute, actually. And Terry is up on his lap. We'll get to all that, but this is for the championship, so to say.
And McVeigh taking a bit of a milder approach.
And yet
Not
he's
pushing
still
it to
up
the limit.
7/10 currently.
Yeah, up on his real banker
yeah.
lap.
Yeah. But he still has to qualify well because it is Silverstone and Maggots and Baggots on lap 1 is a gamble, to put it mildly. Alright, he comes in. 159.8. So still second down, but at least he is in the top 10. Let's go find some guys here. Yeah, Andy Ford. I did promise we'd look at him. Not exactly an inspiring time he's on right now, but you know, he's doing well.
In his beautiful Bentley, might I add.
You have added that, and it has been noted, good sir. Yeah, let's go back. We gotta go on board with Henley actually, because he has just started the new lap.
Through Beckett as he's going right now onto the, well, should I say back straight?
Well, A straight at least.
It's gotta be a name for that straight.
But it could be the Ollie Henley straight if he does this.
Well, it's the hanger straight. Now we know.
Well,
Into the veil he comes.
I will have forgotten that in a moment.
That is fine.
Now keep an eye out on this lap, guys, because he is actually about to improve his lap at this pace.
This is looking like a better, more solid 58 if he can keep this around the farm section. Into village. Losing a bit of time there, but just marginally. Gaining, however, on the exit of the loop. Losing it through Aintree and onto the Wellington Straight.
But now we'll see if he, how smart he is.
Coming through Brooklands. Staying on top of his time through Love Field, keeping it quite tight.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
Looks like he will be improving this time, and it's going to be a 58.7.
Well, that's it. That's a pole position. It has to be.
Don't talk too early. Brandon McVie is still on his run, and...
Oh, yeah, but what's Brandon McVeigh doing? Was joke Julian?
Oh, yeah, I mispronounced it.
Yeah.
God damn it. McVeigh.
We're the most professional guys there are.
McVeigh through the veil gains a lot of time. In the club section, he's about half a second up on his time currently,
which is good.
Which would put him into around about P5 right now on the track.
Which is good because I mean, it'll put him up there where he needs to be.
Yeah, you need to be quite up anyways, but in this 1 hour race, it's less important than it would be in shorter races.
Wait, let me put it this way. He needs to capitalize on Ollie having some kind of mistake or incident issue.
If that comes into play.
Never say never.
However, Brandon McVeigh... Yeah.
Yeah.
Losing a bit of time there through Love Field. Putting him only into 7th position with a 59.5 right there.
Alright, we're gonna look at the fan favorite, Chris Meadows. And by fan favorite, I mean my favorite.
In his beautiful blue AMG, coming through Love Fields. Through the last corner now. He's on par with his time, which is a 2:0.6.
And that stays.
Sadly not improving on that. But I think he's found a race pace.
Which is a good thing.
He can keep. Yes, indeed.
Aaron Sheldon's exist. He exists backwards, but he exists.
And
Andrew
now on
Hearn.
to
Oh, no, you go ahead.
now on to something that makes more sense. Andrew Hearn. Where is he?
He is P21.
P21 currently with a 206. Improving. No.
Oh. Well, Greatrix is up some time. We're just keeping an eye out on him, actually. Actually, we're gonna have to go to him because he's actually improving a lot suddenly. As he comes
There's a
around the
few
final corner.
people.
Yeah.
There's a few people suddenly improving right now. Nathan Wells is up there, Paul Gretrix, Hugo Sanchez, Andrew Hearn, Chris Meadows, all up on their time right now, trying to set better times.
Yeah, they're just coming in one by one right now. Suddenly everyone found that final gear they were missing. 159.2. My God Almighty, we're gonna have to go back to Ollie Henley because, I mean, two reasons. A, McVeigh has a slightly better lap, and he might be up in that. But Henley is up as well. Like, how does he keep finding another 10th? We may never know. Okay, let's see. 158.5.
Oh, Ollie Henley showing the beast that he
Surely.
is.
Surely that's unbeatable.
But the
Has
problem
to
is
be.
he's not unbeatable on the starting
No, that's
straight because
true.
Brendan McVeigh is starting right next to him as it looks like currently.
But McVeigh might actually still make it into... Well, him and Andy Ford might still make it into the 158s. Ah,
That surely is a goal for them. McVeigh not looking like it currently,
no, not
losing a
quite.
bit of time through Lovefield there. But he has time to do another lap, one more lap after this.
Just one more.
This has to be a banger now. No pressure.
No pressure. Because Ollie Henley is still out there and he hasn't actually lost time. Actually, we're gonna go on with Ollie Henley because...
He is improving
Again.
through the loop.
Again improving.
Looks like he's equalizing his time right now, though, as he comes around the Wellington Straight into Brooklands. Here he can still gain marginal amounts of time, though. But he will not have time for another lap, so this will be his final chance.
Ah. And shalom to you, Rico. As we go on with Andy Ford, who might actually still make it. Does he have a final 10th in him? Yep, 159.0.
Putting him provisionally on second position, but there's still Brandon McVeigh fighting for that.
18 thousandths is not a lot.
It's not a lot, and Brandon McVeigh is up on his time. Well, at least he was.
Never mind.
Kind of binned it there through the loop.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So that leaves Andrew Hearn with the final good lap, and actually he's the final guy on the track right now.
No pressure, but all eyes on Andrew Hearn right now.
Because there's nothing else to look at.
It's looking well there through Brooklands. and taking a bit of a wide entry into left field, not taking the most optimal line through there. And it shows on his time. It doesn't look like he will be improving, maybe only marginally as he comes across the line.
Not even that. Not even that. Well, Ollie Henley takes the pole position for the last race of the season. Ahead of Andy Thorpe and Brendan McVie. I am just going to put on our pretty faces now, actually, for a second. Because, well, it felt right, you know? Let's just put up the timetables here. It is, for whatever godforsaken reason, a Bentley on second place.
Where is my Bentley merch when I need it?
I don't know.
There it is.
Oh god, he found it. Yeah, he's happy again.
Yay!
Look at him go.
Bentley for the win.
Okay, interesting facts. A Ferrari is first and almost last. A Honda is fifth and last. This is something we call balance of performance. Which you have to say with, you know, some hands, you know. And a gentleman asking, is Henley getting banned from the 6 hours of Silverstone? Can only hope so. Wait, no,
Well,
that
let's see.
sounded wrong.
The thing is, Ollie Henley's time for the qualifying right now in 6 hours of Silverstone is a 57.9. So he's right up there.
Oh. Ow. Can't do that. That's illegal. It's a crime.
We might see Ollie Henley on his favorite track tonight. If, and only if,
Only if.
his internet connection stays stable. I would say we have an undisputable winner tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he is gonna get a lot of clean air, but he can still get killed on lap 1. So there. AM. I know it's supposed to be Harry Pointy and Sakansi, but for some reason, Heiner Rescue has decided that he must interfere.
Well, some might say he needs to rescue his championship position.
Oh no, Mihai to the Heiner Rescue. Or will he David Cox it up? But if he crashes, he'll have to Scott Walker home.
Oh god!
Down the cobblestone room. Cobblestone room. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is M. Turner into a shit show.
Okay.
I'm done.
So
Sorry, I'm done.
now we've got all of the punts out of the way, and it looks like people are already lining up on the start-finish straight. So let's head over back there.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great idea. I should do some kind of grid walk, shouldn't I?
That would be a great thing to see.
Yes, and I can't press drive, so I can't show you because I'm not very smart. I may actually think I've broken something. That's embarrassing. Can I fix this?
I don't know, can you?
Actually, I might be able to. I mean, I don't want to be that guy. Actually, no, I'm just gonna wait until they press drive. You know, I'm just gonna be smart, you know. When they press drive, I press drive and I do the grid walk.
All right. In the meantime, let me be that guy.
Of course, I mean, I'm also drinking. What are you having tonight?
Fake Red Bull.
I'm having a real Monster. I don't like Red Bull. It's too expensive for my taste.
Says the one drinking Monster, which is literally the second most expensive energy
Yes,
drink out there.
but there's that second most. Second most.
Well, anyways, I've got some. It's called Ochsenkrachel, and it's a cheap knockoff brand by a local chain. So It's cheap. It's cheap and it tastes as good as all of the other stuff.
That's a fair point. I mean, most energy drinks are just that generic recipe.
Generic recipe plus marketing.
Yes. Now, I would like to talk about vagina for a second.
No.
Okay, hear me out. Nah, never mind. I was just thinking about energy drinks and sponsorship. And sponsorship in Formula One. And
Oh,
I just realized there was an energy drink which name was a slang for the female genitals. And I'm so
okay.
sad we never got to see that in Formula One.
Well, but we have the Viagra NASCAR car, so
Yes.
that's
Okay,
something.
okay. Shh. Got your talk. For the 1 hour of Silverstone, we have Ollie Henley and Andy Forbes on front row. Brendan McVie and Heiner Rescue on row 2. Nathan
McVeigh.
Wells, Jack Harvey. Shh. Dan Terry, Jason Daly, Fabian Poigny, Paul Gritrix. Ern, Turo Tondi. Zikansi, Cox. Griffel, Dal. Morrill, Blank, Burnswood, Meadows. Cramf, Walker, Erickson, Zambrano, Ben Kobe, Jonas Nego, Thorsten Jatke, Benange, Cons, Turner, Rayner, Schultens, Strum, Hiltonitz, Tweedy, Doherty, Lücke, and Unatix. And now we just see him disappear into the horizon. That
Lovely.
went better than expected, to be honest. Did I? Yeah, I did. And I have tabs and buttons here.
The bad boys are at the back, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, you know. It's all the cool kids in the class. They're in the background, right?
Well, they used to be in middle school before they learn how the smart thing, which is sitting in the front in order to learn stuff. You can tell I was a cool kid in school.
I can tell that you sound like an accountant.
Well, Excel is my most interesting program. So, there we go.
Yep, you were definitely one of the cool kids.
Yes. Anyways, I'm disappointed that we're not seeing Jack tonight,
Or any night for that matter.
or any night for that matter.
I mean, I
I
know
might,
it's an old car, but still.
someone might need to change that for next season.
Should be you, not me.
Are you racing again next season?
I don't know yet. I might. But if I were, I were to pick up the original Lamborghini, the Ryder engineering car.
The writer.
Just for the memes.
That is another car that we don't see too often. That's true.
Actually, we don't see it at all.
We saw it in season 1, but that was it.
Oh yeah, but that's like 6 months ago. That's a lifetime.
That's almost a lifetime, at least in sim racing standards.
Quite. Quite. Now,
What we can see, though, is a lovely mix of makings at the front: Ferrari, Bentley, Porsche, McLaren, Honda. That is the Lexus, Aston Martin,
indeed.
Mercedes. That's the top 8 is all different makes.
Yeah. And ironically, top 10 is also 8 different makes.
Yeah, because then the Ferraris are suddenly starting to creep in.
And we have a then we have what's called an Audi at P13 and a Lamborghini at P17.
Ah, yes, the most elusive of companies, Audi and Lamborghini.
I know. It's that 5.2 liter engine. That's why everything sucks. Anyway, we are side by side. It is one race of 60 minutes.
One race, one pit stop.
And no punts.
Well, we already made them all, so there's no
We
more.
have not made them all, I assure you.
Oh, God.
I will... Never mind. I'm not going to do that. Because we are about to go green.
Green light, green light.
As of now. Ollie Henley makes it through the corner. Let's see who doesn't.
Midfield looks safe.
McVeigh up in position.
In the back, there's 3 wide, but it's still safe through T1.
Wells and Harvey almost having a bit of a touch. A Sawboy going a bit wide. Where is Jason Daly? He is still alive. Okay.
Brian Dalton did not make it through the beginning.
If in chat, boys. If in chat. Oh, they go trying to rescue, and he takes out Alexis. I think that was Jack, actually. Hang on, we need to get the camera on him. We absolutely need to get a camera on that guy. Because I think that was Jack Harvey that got taken out.
Yes, it
It
was
was.
definitely.
Oh, that is a... This is championship implications, because he has to catch now.
He has to catch up quite many places.
Yes, he
Because
does.
Fabian Poigny is suddenly leading the M race.
Suddenly he is, and the championship is close. Very close. To reiterate, the Henley-McVeigh battle is whoever finishes ahead of the other is the champion. And Jack Harvey in the Tier 4 class has a 17-point advantage, but there is 40 points for winning.
Oh my God.
Is it the Geordie crew?
The Geordie crew is back here, but that's not why I was oh my godding. I'm oh my godding because Ollie Henley, after just one lap, is 2 seconds ahead of Brenton McVeigh.
Yes. And no, not anymore. He is sideways and he is around, and you jinxed him. You actually...
That is now it's now a catch-up battle for Ollie Henley.
But
Because
now...
Brenton McVeigh is now leading the race
Yeah.
in front of Andy Thorpe.
Well, we're seeing some Kansi action. Yeah, you
The
cursed him.
commentator's curse strikes
You
again.
absolutely cursed him there.
I think this is the first time I have cursed someone.
Well, welcome to the club.
Yes! I was missing this.
Nope, we got someone going to the pits with a crash. That was number 888. Yeah, that would be Torsten Jatke. He is F in chat.
We have some Yatke fans in the chat. Unfortunate. Apparently he's got taken out or took himself out. We unfortunately didn't see it.
Maybe we will see. You are the live stewards are on work tonight,
Ah, yes.
and I hope you're looking at the stewarding sheet.
Give me a second and I can give you the information.
Meanwhile, we're looking at the top many here. McVeigh, Andy Thorpe, and Dan Terry. To name a few. We are still looking for some unconfirmed reports that Lewis Webb has indeed been freed. Those who know will understand that one.
Okay. Seems like there's a 10-second penalty coming in for Paul Krampf.
He doesn't need that. Where is Paul Krampf? That's the next
10-second
question.
penalty for Ben Corbet. And a 5-second penalty for... Where are we?
Well, Cobain just killed himself, and Horner Rescue gets penalty for the Jack Harvey thing. But Cobain just headbutted the wall directly.
Yes. That was a 5-second penalty for Heiner Rescue, exactly.
Yes. Who did pretty much kind of nuke Jack Harvey out of existence.
Anyways, now that we're 2 laps into the race, let's take a look at how we're standing. Brandon McVeigh is leading the race in front of Andy Thorpe and Dan Terry, of all people.
The way you're saying it. In the AM class, it's Fabian Poigny ahead of Turbo Tondi and Fabio Sicanzi. Jack Harvey is 5th in the class after hitting Heiner Rescue earlier.
As a reminder, Jack Harvey needs to be, what was it, 5th or
Yeah, I think
better?
you said 5th, yeah.
5th or better in order to win.
Then he's
this
untouchable.
class.
Then he's untouchable. Whoa, and there goes Paul Greatrix. With a nice 720 no-scope. I think it was a no-scope at least.
I hope nobody's got a scope installed on their car. That would be unnecessary weight.
You're saying that, but I mean, a lot of these cars have mirrors, you know. But no one ever uses them.
Do you not use your mirrors?
Nah, that's for losers.
Well, I don't want to implicate anything about your track times. However,
No, my track times have nothing to do with me not looking at my mirrors, but everything to do with the fact that I'm shit at this game.
fair enough. We see a group of 4 top drivers, Brandon McVeigh, Andy Thorpe, Dan Terry, and Nathan Wells, splitting themselves across from the rest.
Yeah. With one lone amateur in the middle. And we don't really have good camera angles of anything here, to be honest. So here's Bentley instead. Going in a very interesting line across the track. And if anything confuses you, just remember to hit up our pit wall. Let's try that again. Our pit wall. Where you can see a lot more than we can tell you because we're busy a lot. Anyway, Dan Terry is in for the attack now.
Yes, that is going through a section where he's definitely not bad at. A section that is, I think, among his favorites. Stowe Corner, he has been on record saying to be one of his favorite corners around here. But losing quite a bit here to Andy Thorpe.
He is. If we look behind him, well, Wells isn't that far behind.
No, and Poigny and Henley are on a catch-up battle, and they are catching up.
Speaking of Henley, let's go look at him.
Henley stuck behind the vegan.
Yeah, I know that feel. Sometimes when I go shopping, I also get stuck behind vegans.
Well, at least you know that they are not going to take your food away.
That is true.
So let's see how brave they are. Ollie Henley going a bit unstable, but keeps it and takes a better line on the exit. Let's see if he can catch up on the hangar straight it is. Tries to stay in the slipstream, but is not close enough for an attack.
Not quite, but not far away either. A good exit now will help him.
Oh, he's looking to attack, but that's very late. That was close, but
Not
no,
enough
that is
room.
not going to help Ollie Henley at the slightest.
Here you can argue that Poigny should just let him pass because there is no point in those two fighting.
However, if Pointy feels that he is not much slower than Ollie Henley,
Then he doesn't know Ollie Henley. Obviously.
well, Ollie Henley might also have sustained some damage.
No,
Who knows?
actually, I don't think he did. He spun, but he didn't hit anything.
Oh, it was a single spin, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just a regular solo spin in Maggots or Beckett's. He didn't hit anything. But we're now on with Tundi. I can't pronounce the name. I'm so sorry.
If I could tell you to switch to Mike Doherty because he's currently attacking Keith Griffel.
Do you have a position for him?
18.
18. He certainly is.
Looking at the back of that Porsche. Behind
Yeah.
Chris Meadows there.
It's a big old yellow butt.
Well, not that big. The Porsche is not the biggest of the cars.
Well, relatively, it's big. You know, relatively to my butt.
It's bigger than ours, especially.
And we really had to look at Zambrano. His fan club is going wild. They always are for some reason.
Well, now that Arnold Storms isn't racing in here anymore, we need someone else.
Sure do. Let's see if we can find him on, actually.
He's in P20 following Jasper Eriksson, who just went off track, so that's one track position gain
Send
for Jordi
him your
Zambrano.
energy.
He needs this right now because he's being attacked by Jason Daly. Who goes for a move on the inside, pressing Zambrano
Yeah, well, that
wide to
door,
lose his
he just
two
left that door
positions.
open.
Well, he went quite wide on the entry, which, well, if there's space, you know what to do.
Yeah. Attack. Kill. Other things. Behind a rescue here is going aggressive. Which he probably has to be, considering he has a penalty. Now, let's
switch to Tondirai Pambawashe in P10,
yes, let's...
because he's being attacked by David Cox.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Cox is trying his darndest to stay behind. But he's managing to keep a safe distance
Yeah.
into T1. Now closing in into Maggots and Beckers. Let's see how he can...
Aggressive lines.
David Cox having a bit of a better line through there. Catching up to Turbo Tondi. But does he manage to gain anything on the straight? It's difficult catching up
he
with
doesn't.
the Lexus.
Not far enough. We are
The
gonna go...
Lexus...
We're gonna go back up now, because Dan Terry is also looking at a Bentley. Is he in the top 4 here, actually? Still the same as before.
Just the sole difference that McVeigh is starting to lose the rest.
Yeah. But that can't be helped.
Ah, a bit of a wide entry corner there by Dan Cherry.
Yeah,
and taking the sausage on the inside. Oh.
Munch, munch, munch. Also, Resco has gotten another 10 seconds of penalty. What do you have on that?
Let's check 257. He brakes too late and makes contact with car number 27. Who's that? That is Scott Walker. How he took out Scott Walker, unfortunately.
Yeah, too aggressive. That is not how you win a race. Speaking of which, he is right up that Mercedes bum.
Oh, and Benjamin Cons is getting a 10-second penalty for an unsafe rejoin.
Yeah, that sucks. But that's how it is sometimes.
And the last one, sorry, Hugo Sanchez received a 10-second penalty for not even seeing another car.
Not even seeing him. Okay. Okay.
Not even seeing car 62 Jonas Nergård.
Oh, don't kill my guys. Anyway, let's look at the Ferrari.
You're looking at Paul Gretrix right now?
With an Audi right behind him.
Oh, yes. This is dangerous because the Audi is good in a straight line, better than the Ferrari, but he stays back right there.
The thing about straight lines are that they sometimes end.
Sometimes they end, and sometimes they end too soon. In this case, it was the case.
And we're
Okay.
right ahead of him, also having a solid race so far. Ollie Henley has gotten past Fabian Poigny up ahead. For what it's worth.
It may be worth much to Ollie Henley because he is only fighting to catch up with the top of Brendan McVeigh.
Yeah, there is a 3-point difference between them, and there's 6 points per position here, as it is a double points race. And there goes, that's Pointy going. If I can get the camera on him, that was Pointy going off-road.
The vegan has lost it and has lost 3 positions consequentially.
Ah, no. Vegan went to the grass.
Into his natural habitat.
He went to his version of the supermarket. Anyway, Nathan Wells is catching up to Dan Terry. Which is a battle for third, obviously. Orb and Brendan being very far away.
Well, the Aston should do better around Silverstone than the Honda.
At least in theory.
In theory, that is. And Dan Terry being a good driver around here. Don't know too much about Nathan Wells around here, but he seems very comfortable right now. Being able to keep in P4, despite his substantial ping, I dare say.
He does play from China after all.
That is true. Nathan Wells, you might not believe it by his name, but he's playing from China.
And he's not the one with the highest ping anyway, so...
That is true.
Anyway, Ollie Henley is catching up.
Ollie Henley's really catching up to the train here of Nathan Wells and Dan Terry. But he still has 40 minutes to go past them and then past Andy Thorpe. And then to catch up.
And even then, he does have to catch Brendan McVeigh. Which is a difficult task.
Gap right now is about 12 seconds between Henley and McVeigh, so if we say he can lap half a second quicker,
maybe. Which isn't impossible, everything considered.
It's not impossible, but he does have to do the overtakes in between as well.
Yeah. Anyway, Tikansi is catching Greatrix, who in turn is kind of catching Hearn. And actually, we're gonna go look elsewhere because Russia is eyeing Handsome Vegan.
This is the, well, basically it's the race to lose for Fabian Poigny. And he's been losing it. And here again.
He has. And now he's about to get someone past. Tunde, Cox, Wills.
And Poigny basically gives up the position to Tondira and Pambawache.
We do have quite a battle going on, actually. It's a bit of a train, pretty much.
There's a train with David Cox and someone who we don't see too often up high. Serenity Moral having
Yeah.
quite a good race today.
She deserves it. She is not getting the best of seasons.
Definitely not. We've seen so good drives by her. It's surprising how this season
Oh,
went.
Jack, calm down. Jack, calm down.
As Jack Harvey is looking to fight his way up the standings again.
You don't have to be a hero, Jack. You can still win the championship without it.
Funny that you might mention this because he's currently in P6 of the AM split, which would mean if Fabian Poigny wins the race, he wins the championship.
Yeah, but what about Sikansi? Sikansi can do it too.
Well, Sekansi is... where is he even? I don't see him on the standings.
He's leading. That's why you don't see him.
Oh, in P8 up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Sekansi can win as well, that is the thing.
Alright, but we're gonna interrupt that because Dan Terry has lost time and Hindley has caught up.
Oh yeah, that's a train now forming. Dan Cherry being the cork in the bottle for Nathan Wells and Ollie Handley.
And
They cannot do anything on the end of this straight. It's just too short for the NSX to play out the top speed.
And we would love to show everyone else in the grid, but championship battles, right? Oh, there goes Dan. There goes Dan.
That was
Oh, and Henley just bonked Wells pretty hard there.
that was a hearted attack there by Nathan Wells, who just went in a bit too late and killing Dan Terry in the process.
Was it a hit?
I would definitely say so.
So it is. So Henley is back in action pretty much.
Well, this is going to be probably a 10-second penalty for Nathan Wells then.
I can imagine.
And Ollie Handley now has one person less to overtake, which is favorable for
Only
him.
will also have to spend a few more seconds to pit, because he did kind of completely rear-end Nathan Wells coming out of that one.
That is true.
I'm not saying there's a penalty coming, I'm just saying there wasn't any room to avoid him. And McVeigh knows nothing of this because he's just chugging away up front.
You know someone else who doesn't have too much room? Serenity Moral in P13, who's being eyed up by Nathan Burnswood right now.
Ah yeah, Harvey made past her.
Jack Harvey made it past her, and Nathan Burnswood is looking to do exactly the same thing, as he's following very closely.
As the pit window opens, no less.
Pit window now opens. Everyone does have to do one pit stop in order to clean the pit window. It's going to stay open for 14 minutes. 15 minutes, I believe.
Indeed. And we'll see who takes advantage of an early pit stop. Because there's still plenty of clean track to go around for everyone.
I believe Ollie Henley might even be in the position to take an early pit stop.
He might, and I wouldn't look at him, but this is kind of close. Because now Doherty is coming up there as well.
Oh, and quite almost overshooting it, Doherty. Currently a close battle. Ollie Henley is now very close up on Nathan Wells.
Yeah, let's go on with it then.
4P3. They've been trading blows through the club section. Now let's see Ollie Henley taking the inside line, catching up very closely
Ah, not good
to
enough.
Nathan Wells.
Yeah, Doherty actually started P36, Doug Rupp. That is true.
From P36 up into P15. That is a good progress. That is true.
And that is actually pretty good, coming to think of it. Poiney and Terry are in the pits. No, sorry, Terry and Greatrix are in the pits.
Dan Terry probably having sustained damage from that crash.
No, I actually don't think he hit anyone, did he? No, that's true, he did actually. Yeah.
He was hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw it from an angle. The camera had an angle where we couldn't see it. That's pretty much it.
It's not supposed to go at an angle though.
You're not supposed to go at an angle.
Now, if anyone understood that meme, I'm going to send you a cookie. Really.
Well, there you go, viewers. Julian Strasser will send you an authentic Austrian cookie. You get that reference.
I'm sure nobody got it anyways, because it's a very old meme by an obscure YouTuber. Anyways.
Anyways.
There's still a tight battle going on with Sikanzi being fought by Tondurai and Pamba Washe.
Yeah, I was actually considering going over there because Andrew Hearn is present, obviously.
Andrew Hearn losing pace here to the AMS.
Bit of a train going on. We're fighting the camera angles again, which aren't exactly brilliant in this game.
I can report, however, that Dan Terry's pit stop and Paul Gretrick's were perfectly timed because they have so much clean air in front of them right now.
Stand by. I think I just saw someone go off-road. I'm not sure. No, I didn't. Well,
as Fabio Sikanzi dives into the pits.
Yeah, along with Rennie and Cock. Sorry, I go on. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, America.
Vietnam. What? Oh.
Right, wrong way. Henley's in the pits. That's an important one.
Oh, yes. He's trying to get into clean air, I suppose.
I think he just wants to be nowhere near Nathan Wills right now.
That is a dangerous position to be in.
Apparently. How is the investigation going on the incident?
10-second penalty for Nathan Wells is coming in and is having been applied right now.
Oh, yep, there it is. Conclusion is, don't hit people.
And no further action on the little crash that happened afterwards.
Yeah, there was no room. I mean, they were kind of... Ollie was busy dodging people.
Yeah, so Ollie Handley not getting anything out, any penalty out of this. Fortunately for him.
Jack Harvey, who is trying to cling on to the championship standings, he is done pitting. And this is true, this is not a clown race, apparently. Clown show. Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of clowns, but it's not a circus, you know. Speaking of, where's Chris?
In P9 currently.
Wow. I mean, it's okay to bully Chris Meadows because we know he loves it. Oh, McVeigh is coming in.
That is a bit of an early pit stop, I would say.
I'm sure
he did have some clean air in front of him.
Or, well, it's almost on the halfway mark, so why not?
Sure. Why not?
So it's basically almost everyone is in the pits in some capacity.
Which leads a Bentley leading the race currently.
Go wild, man. Go wild.
Yeah! There we go.
Bentley!
Andy Thorpe in the Bentley leading the race. And he does have plenty of clean air in front and in the back.
Yeah, take a screenshot because it's not gonna last.
Not forever, at least.
Nope. Let's go look at someone. Yeah, McVeigh is out now. Solidly I would say, in a lead of sorts.
Definitely the leader of the people who have pit already.
Yeah, and, well, P6 or P something. He's P something.
It's going to only come in later. What position he actually is in.
But it's still a good position, that's the point. Let's go look at another Bentley. Adam Rayner, because we haven't mentioned him in a while.
Yeah, he's been having a quiet race. He hasn't practiced for today, which leaves him in a bit of an awkward spot.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
Yeah, he's just not all too well around here today.
Still, his best lap is a 2017, which is not bad. Is it the old Bentley? I don't know, actually.
No, it is the new Bentley. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Okay.
Well, the newer Bentley in quotation marks.
Mhm.
It's already 2018. 3 years ago. Oh, how time flies.
Indeed it does.
So Andy Thorpe is pitting now.
Yeah. You look at him, but rather we're looking at Ollie Henley on his mission to catch.
Quickly have to mention that Tondirain Pambawashe is now the race leader
He is indeed leading.
in the better Lexus skin.
Let's just look at him for a few seconds.
He does have some clean air in front and in back, so...
Oh no! Jordi Sembrano is pitting. Anyway.
Andy Thorpe exiting the pit.
He is in fact out of the pit. Position is unknown as it is. But actually only, I think, 5 seconds behind McVeigh, so it's not that bad.
Oh, definitely, he stayed in about the same position as before.
Anyway, we're still gonna go well on the Hillian because, I mean, the angriest man on Silverstone is chasing.
Is
I mean-
Ollie Henley? Yeah, Ollie Henley is right behind Luis
Yep.
Fernandes, who is not too well around here, so Henley should get past quite easily.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been stuck for several corners now.
But easily through the
That
veil.
works. That works. Oh, and
And
he's...
there's a... Oh,
Yeah. Camera.
that is Luis Fernandes gone.
And, yeah, just Fernandes going. He hit Sakansi and just sent himself out, actually. Bit of an unsafe rejoin, though, but we'll leave that up to the stewards to decide. And now...
There's been a contact.
Yeah, there was some contact, but I mean, it wasn't Sakansi's fault. He was on the line, so... Anyway, Henley has clean air, so let's go look at someone else. Not him. Our de facto leader, Michael Luca. I'm only gonna say that once this season.
Yeah, it's the last race now, so
Yeah, and I mean, he did start, you know, with a grid penalty of
Start
all the
with a-
places.
with a grid penalty in P37, now up into P1. That is an improvement. Can we get a clap and a half?
There we go, one clap.
That was also referenced, by the way, clap and a half.
I didn't get that either. Dan Terry coming out right in front of Tondi.
Terrible Tondi having gained some great time in the pits, it seems.
You can, yeah, I can believe that.
right behind Dan Terry.
Jonathan Terrence.
Jonathan Terrence, exactly.
There you go.
But there's a large gap behind, between P4 and
Yeah,
5.
16 seconds.
Yeah, right about there. Andy Thorpe, the Bentley boy, being stuck behind
Adam
behind
Rayner, who's
Adam
also a
Rayner.
Bentley boy.
I forgot his first name there for a second. Ugh.
You know, Andy Rayner, Andy Thorpe, what's the difference?
Andrew Thorpington
The
overtaking now
second. And he goes to the pit. Right,
as Adam Rayner goes into the pits.
right. Ollie has a lot of clean air, so he has to take advantage. Or else. Jack Harvey, in his championship aspirations, should be in a position to win the race. So now we're just sort of calming down now.
What I can say, however, is that Andy Thorpe is catching up to Brandon McVeigh simply because having had 2 better laps right now, having made up 2 seconds.
But there's still some daylight between them.
There's some daylight, but it's if they manage to keep that up, both of them, it's going to be an interesting race for the Bentley boy.
Yeah, and we will keep checking, obviously. But for now... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Sikansi is getting attacked by Dan Terry.
I was actually considering mentioning that. I mean, I was considering a lot of things, but that was one of them.
Oh, and they're side by side going into the
Sikansi
veil.
made a mistake, and
well, it's easy for Sikansi to let Dan Terry pass. They're not fighting for championship position, anyways.
anyway, now that we have almost a few moments of peace and quiet, I think we should look down the grid a bit. Let's see, where do we start? We start with...
How about Stefan Bunetix in P17?
Yeah, that works. He
He's
also
being
had a
followed-
grid penalty.
He had a grid penalty, and he's now in P17, which is very well on the improvement. Being followed by Nathan Burnswood and Jason Daly. Jason Daly not having the best of races, starting in P8, now in P19.
Yeah, he was involved in some shenanigans. If we keep going down, we will see Scott Walker. If I can find him.
In P20.
Yes.
The window is now
He's-
closed.
He has a beautiful liveried McLaren Mercedes.
Yeah. That's another car, man.
That's the car I was looking for. I like anyone who puts lime green in their car. Anyone who puts lime green in their car is my friend.
I know, because you keep doing it.
Yes. Please add me on Facebook. What?
No.
Do people still use Facebook anyways?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh!
Well,
As-
go on.
Nathan Burnswood just spun in T1.
Yeah, and that's an interesting place to park.
Ah, it takes a while getting it to go again.
Well, he didn't need that one, but got it anyway.
That's unfortunate for Nathan Burnswood, losing quite a few positions out of that. Not having had the best of days to start with.
Zambrano time.
Jordi Zambrano, where is he?
P28.
Ah, lovely. Great position to be in. Catching up to Tom Tweedy.
And that's roughly it. Nathan Wells has retired, apparently, a few laps ago.
Oh, that is unfortunate, but yeah, he did have quite a few penalties, putting him quite down the order. I think he just called it a night then.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Because what's the time in China currently?
I would imagine it's like 3, 4, 5 a.m.
Well,
by my head
it's
count.
it's 5 a.m. That is correct.
Yeah. And then there's Eric Hodge, who I suppose just had lunch. He's Canadian, as far as I know. He's also
Hey,
he is also dead last. But we're just gonna
unfortunate.
mention him because hey, he deserves it. He's an OG, you know.
Is he?
He's been around for a long time, as far as I remember.
Oh wow, fair enough.
So we're just gonna give him some attention.
Let's give someone else some attention right now because Serenity Moral is being followed closely by Mike Doherty.
Yeah, who is honest to God
P11.
aiming for a top 10.
Yes.
All great to the drive-through. Is that a game one or?
I'll have to check. The stewards have not given out the drive, so it must be speeding in the pits.
Oh, no, because he pitted a long time ago, so I think he caught something.
Oh, track cuts. That
Yeah.
might be the thing as well. Yeah. Yeah. For those who don't know, after 4 track cuts, you get a drive-through penalty. 4 track cuts that gain you time. That is.
And so he did, and so that happened. And as far as I can see, he just gave up and quit.
Well, a drive-through is
Yeah.
heavy penalty.
Not the worst penalty, but it's pretty bad. Anyway,
As we have a bit more than 18 minutes to go.
as time flies.
Chris Meadows is in a good position. He's currently in P5 out of the pros in here. Well,
BTS.
tier 3 drivers, that is. Squashed in between quite a few tier 4 drivers.
Yeah, but right now we're looking at Sekansi because he's in a permanent state of looking at Dan Terry.
Jonathan Terrence being followed quite heavily there. And the better exit there goes to Sekanzi, and he may be making a move right there. Danteri going on the defensive line. Sekanzi on the outside, going side by side. Who breaks later? Danteri.
Is there gonna be a slingshot?
No, Danteri's got his breaking point. Perfect on spot there. That is textbook defending there by Jonathan Terrence.
Wide. Wide. We just catch a glimpse of Ollie Henley. Let's go look elsewhere, actually. Jack Harvey.
Jack Harvey's following Chris Meadows quite intensely right now. Of course, Jack Harvey trying to defend his championship win. He's currently in P4, which I believe means he would automatically win.
Yeah, it should be enough. But, I mean, better safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry, and Chris Meadows is definitely looking slower right now than Jack Harvey.
And there's a Bentley. Oh, actually, we're gonna go back here because Doherty is catching up to Hearn.
But Andrew Hearn taking the better line through love field. Being able to sustain his position quite easily.
Just, not much happening right now, actually. Not a lot happening.
Oh, Chris Meadows going a bit almost sideways.
But now I know him again.
Jack Harvey is smelling this opportunity right behind Chris Meadows.
How does it smell?
Quite
You weren't ready for that question, and I'm sorry.
yeah, that's fair enough.
It is an unfair question to give you.
I don't know how it smells behind Chris Meadows. How would I know? Because I'm usually in front of him when I'm racing him. Oh! Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That was a mic drop moment from me, the first one and only one probably.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, he is on his butt now. Oh, I'm here on board with Harvey, actually. That's an angle. That's a line. Interestingly enough, I think 84 was actually catching McVeigh. And I think Henley is actually slowly catching up to Forbes.
Yeah, Andy Thorpe only being a bit over a second now behind McVeigh. He still has 13 minutes to catch up, and it's looking well for him.
As we just saw Burnswood going to the pits for some reason.
Burnswood?
Yeah, I just saw him pit. I don't know why.
Well, that is an unfortunate end to an unfortunate race.
How unfortunate.
Very much so. Then Terry's still being followed by Fabio Zicanzi.
Yeah, but I don't think Zicanzi's gonna make any move on him.
Well, he will have to, because it seems like Turbo Tondi is kind of catching up.
Dan Offensive Terry. That's a good name.
Oh god.
It's not even mine. That's the worst part.
I know, I read it in the chat. And Jody Zambrano took a bit too quickly. Maggots went out and lost two positions.
That car looks bonked. He should probably go. Pit.
Ah, that is very unfortunate for Jody Zambrano. He's going to lose more time. And Erwin Scholtens is behind him, smelling this opportunity right now.
And it smells like failure.
Well, hopefully it doesn't smell like brake failure. That would be very bad.
That smells horrible. Been there, done that.
Oh, really?
Actually, have you never smelled brakes when they get really hot?
No, I have not been in that situation so far.
It's a distinct smell.
Oh.
Just saying. Yeah, let's go back to Doherty, actually. He's actually still doing stuff. Everyone seems kind of content to just go around now.
A quick update on Jordi Zambrano. He's not looking like he's feeling the car anymore. He's been off for a few corners now. Seems like he's losing a bit of the steering.
I wonder why. His car looks so fine.
His car does look fine, but a little bit bonked. Just a little bit.
I mean,
Let's see if he
it is true that the bonnet is trying to, abandon the car, but other than that...
Well, he's now trying to just see through the last 11 minutes of the race.
But he has McVeigh right behind him.
As Brandon McVeigh
comes
up to him.
And 84 actually, too, so...
So this is now interesting. Let's see how they can manage the back markers. Jordi Zambrano slowing down there very easily and going off
Oh,
for
that's wrong
Andy
car.
Thorpe.
Come on,
Alright.
camera, catch up. I mean, these in-game cameras aren't very good. Everyone seems to have survived.
Quite easily, nonetheless.
And on the hill, he still has a lot of clean air, so...
In front and in the back. I think he's
Quite.
just happy keeping this position right now. Well, not happy, but he needs to come to terms with it.
Yeah, he will. I mean, there's certain people in this race, and probably me as well. I would just choke Nathan, you know. Just choke him. Solves everything.
Well, I hope that was not meant in a
No, it
arousing
wasn't.
way.
It definitely wasn't.
Alright.
Whoa! There's a crash. Morrill and Doherty meets in the middle, and Doherty comes out ahead. That will probably go on the stewarding sheet, Julian.
Yes, that might be true. And I see there's a 10-second penalty coming for car 75, which is
Adam
Nathan
Rayner.
Burnswood.
No, oh, that makes more sense.
Adam Rayner's 25.
Close enough.
The incident is already being looked at between Serenity Morrill and Mike Doherty.
Yep, they had quite the touch. I mean, they survived, but it was quite a touch.
Bit of a love tap.
It was more than a love tap, to be honest.
Well, we'll see what the stewards say.
Yeah, I don't know how to call it. I mean, it could be a racing incident. In any case, there suddenly was not room for both cars. Is that your third drink?
Might be.
Yeah, because I've been counting those sounds.
Well, I'm drinking the 0 calories version, the sugar-free, so at least that's something.
That's something. Okay, fine. Now for the 18th day in a row, Jack Harvey is just looking at Chris Meadows while going past. Probably.
No, Mr. Browning, it's not beer. But Jack Harvey is going side by side there with Chris Meadows. Oh, that's almost.
I think there was a
That is
touch.
bit of touch.
That was slight touch there.
And
I
Chris
think it was
Meadows
netcode
comes out
actually.
ahead here.
I think that was more like netcode than an actual touch.
Might very well be.
I was just saying, Harvey and Sekansi. Sorry, on. Both are chasing, but neither has actually made any moves to actually go past one another. Well, go past the person in front of them. Okay, oh, Harvey almost outbroke himself there.
At least he didn't end the race for Chris Meadows there. That would have been bad.
Yeah. We're going down to Jason Daly, because he might actually take a position of sorts. Actually, we're gonna go one further down, because I'm just seeing Adam Rayner's doing stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What is Adam Rayner doing except for driving alone? Almost.
He's almost catching Luca.
Why is Lucky all the way down there?
Now, why is he all the way up there? That's the question. Because he started P37.
Huh.
So you can contemplate that for a while. But it doesn't change some very simple facts about this race. Mostly that it's pretty settled at this point.
There is a battle going on for P18 between Scott Walker and Paul Crampf right now. Paul
Certainly
Crampf
is.
looking at the back of Scott Walker. Error 404, Ferrari not found.
And why can I see it? Why can I see it, huh?
It seems like there must have been some mistake because the Ferrari's catching up on the straight. Let's see who's got the later brakes. It is Crampf. He's taking the inside line. There's not going to be a cutback by Scott Walker. Beautiful overtake. Textbook stuff there.
Yep. Let's go back up and look at someone. I mean, no one is really making a move, but you gotta be there to see the crashes, right? Because Harvey is looking at Meadows.
They almost they come
Whoa,
very
whoa, whoa,
close,
whoa,
and
whoa,
that's
whoa,
Jack
whoa.
Harvey. Ooh.
That was a good save.
Jack Harvey coming a bit off track there, and you see how immediately that changes the trajectory of the car heavily. But a good save right there by the Lexus driver to keep him in contention for this championship.
Anyway, let's look at some McLarens. And a Rescue and Hearn being right next to each other.
It doesn't feel right seeing Hoynerescu this far down. He started in P4 after all.
And then he P-hit a lot of people.
Oh, and it seems like Fabian Poigny just crashed. That would mean the
well-
end of the championship chances for him.
Yeah, which looks like a ACCSimSeries win currently, but no, actually, it looks like Harvey, ACCSimSeries, and then Poigny.
I will still keep them three in the top three and advancing into tier 3 for next season, though.
Possibly.
So they can continue their fight next season.
Staying here with McVeigh because should be yeah, 2 more laps to go.
Yes. 2 more laps, and Andy Thorpe knows this. He hasn't been able to catch too much in the last few laps, which is unfortunate for any Bentley fan or Thorpe fan for that matter.
And Henley has been catching several seconds, but I mean, he's still too far back. It just ain't happening. And there aren't really any battles left here. Everyone has just settled in where they are. Or at least.
I think Jody Zambrano has been to the pits because his car doesn't seem so broken anymore, at least on my screen.
Let's go look at it.
As he's following Luis Fernandes quite closely.
Yeah, that car has been in the pits. Definitely. A good old battle for P31.
There's always been the question to look at the back of the rows a bit more, and here we go.
Yeah, this is getting some Zambrano action.
Zambrano action. And it seems like Andy Thorpe has given up with catching
Yeah,
Brandon McVeigh.
can't say I blame him, to be honest.
Leaders on final lap now.
Final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, lady. Oh. Gentlemen, at least.
Ladies and gentlemen, final lap.
Gentlemen and other gentlemen.
People of the world and of this stream.
But mostly people of this stream. Yeah, there are no two ways about it. It is Megway Championship.
That was a bit forced.
It was very forced. I kind of blew it, to be honest.
Brandon McVeigh, let's see him on his victory lap. Because
already
he
are.
knows he doesn't have to push
Ah.
anymore. Andy Thorpe doesn't push anymore. So now it's just a matter of bringing it safely into the finish line. And at this moment, I will agree that you have been right in the beginning. It looks like Brandon McVeigh's race to lose right now. It looks like Brandon McVeigh's championship to lose right now.
And I mean, it wasn't how I imagined he would get it, but I mean, you know, he did last 60 minutes without killing himself.
Which is the only thing you need to be able to do.
That is actually a pretty important skill.
Keeping it between the white lines, or, well, a bit off maybe at times.
A bit off.
As he comes his last time around Brooklands and into Love Field. Brandon McVeigh, ladies and gentlemen, is your championship winner, Series 4 of the Silver Split.
Tier 3, and he knows it. He knows it.
Congratulations, Brandon McVeigh, and congratulations, Ollie Henley, on being overall second.
Yeah. And Andy Thorpe having a pretty good season also.
Andy Thorpe having a pretty good showing today in his Bentley.
Ikansi's gonna take the race, but he will be second in the Tier 4 championship. Series rookie Tadirachi coming in second, and like even rookier than him, David Cox. And I'm just gonna be honest to say, Mike Doherty is driver of the day. P36 to P9.
A very strong showing by Mike Doherty.
Yeah.
That is
you
true.
can't beat that.
One must imagine what he could have shown if he actually were allowed a qualifying.
Quite. Now yeah, I think he's doing donuts. Yeah, he's doing donuts. Let's enjoy some championship donuts.
Enjoy some championship donuts, and meanwhile, let's take a look at the finishing of today's race. P1, Brandon McVeigh. P2, Andy Thorpe. P3, Ollie Henley. P4, Danathan Terrence, Dan Terry. P5, Fabio Zicanzi. P6, Tondirai Mpambawashe. P7, David Cox. P8, Chris Meadows. P9, Mike Doherty. And P10, Jack Harvey. And, well, I will just mention it because I can. P11, Serenity Moral, strong showing by our only female driver in this split this season.
Indeed. Alright, we're gonna go cut to some podium cameras. Yes, we can. It is... I've actually spelled right this time. We don't really have the championship results yet because they'll have to be manually updated, but I can confirm what we're saying about our champions. And that means Dan Terry comes up at P3 in the Tier 3 championship. Paul Graytrix, I actually don't know how far it comes up, but if I'm right, Andy Thorpe comes up at P4. Doing some math here. I'm doing math. Maybe put up the browser instead. T4, it's... Ooh, how much does it get? He gets like 36 points or something. And Paul Krenf barely didn't score points. Dell retired. Graytrix, I have no idea. Doherty gets up far too, but I mean, not as far. Julian, you're the Excel nerd. Why aren't you talking to me?
What? Sorry, what?
I'm doing math here.
Yes, congratulations.
Don't sass me. Don't sass me. I'm trying my best here. Yeah, McVeigh first, Henley second, Dan Terry
Terry in
third. Well, Andy Ford fourth. And then I'm not sure where Paul Gracious comes in, but I think it's fifth. Because Dell retired.
Yes.
Chadji wasn't here, Wells wasn't here. Wells retired too, actually. And, yeah. Doherty shouldn't make it up to P8.
He had a great race today, but he's just too far behind to make any great impact.
Byrne might make it into top 10. Again, we don't know because these results are not going to get updated today. Yeah, let's just go and look at tier 4 because that should be Harvey, Sikansi, Parni, Mbavashe,
Mpambawashe.
Mpambawashe. And then I don't know, Scott Walker, I guess, because let's look at it. Burnswood retired. Kobe was like second to last. Tweedy wasn't in contention. Hutch was last. Redelli wasn't here. Ericsson also far down. I don't want to. I don't want to admit it, but
Green light. Go, go, go.
you know, Jonas Nergård, my Danish homeboy, dead last. Dead last. That's sad. Makes me sad. Why don't we have good Danish people in this split? It's all about them Austrians for some reason. Yeah.
Well, we don't have the Great Danes around here, apparently. There was a joke on a dog.
I know.
Anyways.
Anyway, yeah. We'll simply have to wait to see him tomorrow in the gold split. As a hint. We're hyping tomorrow's final.
And on that bombshell,
Would you say it's time to end?
I would say we have looked at the championship. Congratulations, by the way, again to the championship winners, Brandon McVeigh and Jack Harvey. Well done driving out there.
Yep. You are... I don't have a word for this. You are gods amongst men. And we will definitely see you guys get promoted. I mean,
they will definitely get promoted to the next
at least
split.
one split up. In Hartley Henley's case, maybe even two. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. In any case, any final words, Julian?
I have to say I enjoyed this far more than I anticipated before the race. I'll be quite frank. And I really enjoyed watching this. This was a good race from start to end and a worthy end to the whole championship.
Indeed it was. And I say it's been fun working with you, you know?
I can say likewise. This has been a fun season.
Warm my heart. And obviously, thank you to the viewers. And
thanks to the viewers. Without you guys, this would not
it would be pointless. It would be pointless.
This would be pointyless. What?
Oh, come on. That's how we're going to end the season?
That's how we're going to end the season. On a bad pun and on that bombshell. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being with us.
Goodbye.
And goodbye.
Have a nice day.
Start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl. I wanna